Good evening and welcome to Blue Dream Love and Wellness. We are here tonight to talk about our lovely microbiome and our digestive system. But first, what I want to do, I drew a card for us. Not always do I do this. And it came up, see if I get this right, as a caribou. And it's really cool because the caribou stands for preservance, resourcefulness, movement, and determination. So I'm just going to read just a little bit about what it says. It says, there is a season for all things, a time to be alone, a time to come together, a time for stillness, a time for movement, and a time for committed action. So, hi, sweetheart. In stillness and movement, in silence and expression, in solitude and togetherness, I honor the seasons of my soul. And I thought that was very befitting because at times we do not honor our soul or our soul desires. We just kind of go with the flow of everything in life, and sometimes it just takes us away. So tonight I made up a little slideshow. Oops, and we're at the back of it. If I can get it to the front. There we go. And we're going to move this. Whoops. I'm not perfect with this computer yet, so okay. Oh, it's gonna flub this. Just a second. Let me see if I can move that up. I can move it down, but I can't move it up. Okay, there we go. The microbiome. This is what it looks like in the inside. The microbiome refers to the trillions of microorganisms that inhabit every individual. The bacteria, the fungi, the parasites, and all the other microorganisms within an average adult. They're also present in children, but they're still building. When we get our age, we have a little trouble right there. While most of these organisms that live within our intestinal tract, every inch of our skin is also covered, and nearly every other area of our body is colonized. That's why I talk about dry skin brushing and getting rid of that outer layer so it can refurbish itself. So research on the microbiome shows difference within people's gut health and how it can affect their health. And it is ongoing for everybody from when we're in utero all the way through. It makes a huge difference. We also have a symbolic type of relationship with most of these microorganisms, and many are so essential for our existence, such as the bacteria. I didn't know if y'all knew that the gut actually makes vitamin K and vitamin B12. And when our microbiome is not happy, this does not occur. So how healthy is your microbiome? Yeah, it's kind of frightening, isn't it? With everything out there today. Oh, come on. You silly little thing. There it goes. Okay. E equal MC2. I got this from Einstein. Energy, as we know, is everything. Everything is energy. Einstein says energy equals matter. So energy itself can impact matter, and matter can impact energy. We want to be healthier, happier, and smarter. So how do we do that? There's lots of different ways to get healthier. We all know that. There's lots of different ways to get happier, but there's lots of ways of getting smarter. But what if we could do all of these things with one simple little thing? Support your gut health. And I knew you knew I was going to say that. So a healthy gut microbiome impacts all three of these areas because multiple organs are actually involved with the processing and the passage of food within our digestive system. We have auxiliary organs and areas that also support our ability to digest food. So I'm sure y'all didn't know that the kidneys, the urinary bladder, the ileocecal valve, and the valve of Houston all have to do with this. So the ileocecal valve is on the right side of the groin, is the transit point where waste moves from the small intestine to the large, and then the valve of Houston is in the left groin in conjunction with the large intestine out through the anal canal. But both valves maintain balance in digestion and among the digestive energy. So my husband told me I needed to stand up because y'all can't see what I do when I do this. So don't knock anything over. These are our valves, right? Here's our belly button. So you want to put your thumb in your belly button. You want to make a triangle down, and then you come straight over. Can you see that? Maybe not. So you want to come straight over here. You want to pull them up hard, push in, and then push down. Some are going to be very, very sore, and that means that needs more work. Now you can also, here's another one. Put your middle finger in your belly button, both sides, make an okay sign up above, and put these two fingers for they're both on the sides of the valves. Now, for me, whenever I do this, it makes me nauseated, and I can feel the energy moving. Now, we can also go out from our belly button and push. Do you feel the pain? 2 valves there. 2 valves an inch up, 2 valves an inch lower. Does anybody have pain in those areas? I'll show you a couple other little spots here too. So when we do all these techniques in conjunction with everything, it really helps our digestion system, even though they look really funky, but they really work. They're really simple and easy to do. So how do you digest food? The goal is actually to break that food into substances that we can use for energy, for tissue growth, and for repair. It starts the minute that food enters your mouth and the tongue and the jaw move around. So the teeth break down the food into easily digested pieces. But did y'all know you had glands in your mouth and throat that contain digestive enzymes that help break that food down immediately? So you know how last time I was talking about stroking your throat across from here, you just come down and then you go down your arm, and then you do the other side and you go down your arm, and then let me stand back up again. And then here, because your large intestine small, run across. So you want to go from back here, and you just want to start pulling and pushing, and believe me, it does hurt. And you want to go down your leg, and then you want to do the other side, and then you want to come down where your hip is and come across, go down and do both sides. Now you can do it several times a day, but if you do it before you eat and after you eat, it does help your body break down that food and get things moving. Now remember, straight out from your breasts is the point that where we thump, and we can move underneath to help metabolism begin. Because as we age, and with all the things present in the world today, you know, we want quick fixes. We want to do box food. We want to do canned food. We want to go through the drive-through, whatever. So we don't metabolize right, and those enzymes are not functioning properly within your body. So it can't break down that food. So if you feel heavily bloated after a meal, it can be very uncomfortable. So another little tip, your index finger actually hooks into your large intestine meridian, right? Your thumb hooks into your lungs, and the oxygen go right here in between. You know where the bones connect right here? Come up to that little fatty part. I don't mean just rub it softly. I mean get in there and rub that puppy. You got a knot? Does it hurt? Mine is always very sore because I don't have a good microbe. But does it hurt? Can you feel the energy?
Right.
Does it have a little knot there, Stephen?
It does.
Rub that, and that will help that. There's several aids right here. If you go up just a wee bit, you can rub this spot when you're tired. There's so many beautiful things we can do with energy techniques that can help us produce such beauty within our body and help us break down our food, help us do so many beautiful things. So if you have a question, don't hesitate. If I went too fast, don't hesitate to tell me. So once broken down, these taste buds on our tongue. Now, sometimes remember the taste buds may not be happy either. So your tongue chakra may not be happy. So you need to discover, you can do this one coming out, going backwards, coming out forward, pulling it from there. You can run energy, do figure eights over your tongue chakra and balance that. Or you can just remove the imbalances. Our taste buds have specific cells and send taste signals to your brain. And you're going to hear me say this several times through here. They register food as sweet, salty, sour, bitter, or savory. And then the nerves within your mouth and nose and eyes and throat explain to you the qualities of the food. So as you know, heat or spicy foods makes you hot, you can tell, and the coolness of actually peppermints. So in the stomach itself, the food and the liquid mixes with those digestive juices to break it down. But if those digestive juices are not functioning properly, you're not going to be able to break down your food. So that's where digestive enzymes come in. Now, there's enzymes to break down if you're a big meat eater. There's also enzymes if you're a big vegetable eater. And then there's an all over one. But make sure you muscle test which one your body needs. Just because I said it doesn't mean to do it. You have to muscle test to make sure that your body is aligned with that. Papaya mint, if you have that a little bit before, it will also help you break down if your body likes papaya. Not everybody's does. So we move through the GI tract via peristalsis. So these large hollow organs of the GI tract contain a layer of muscle that enables it to flow through. And sometimes those muscles are not happy either, and they're very sluggish. So what we would do is come down to our right hip area, and we would take our fist. You can take a little vibrator that, will actually hit, or you can push. And you want to go from clear down here into your hip. You want to go all the way across the top of your abdomen and all the way down, because that's where the large intestine rolls. And that's usually where stuff gets stuck. Excuse me, my allergies. So this is the digestive tract. During the digestive process, the small intestine is in charge. That's why I talked about last time about cupping your fingers like this and going underneath. Let me stand back up again. I'm sorry. Going underneath your ribs. And I know it hurts on some of us, but I mean, really getting in there. And if you can feel those knots in there, that really needs to be massaged out. Go out from in, go this way. Okay. So the small intestine actually separates the pure food from the impure food and determines which nutrients will actually be absorbed by your body, if any. The small intestine absorption is aided by those lovely digestive juices received from the liver, gallbladder, and pancreas. But if our liver, gallbladder, and pancreas are not functioning properly, we're not going to get the proper digestive juices. So one of the things that we can do to get our liver moving is to put your hands like this. And of course, you go right underneath your rib cage where your liver lays, right? And just massage that puppy back and forth. The liver is one organ that can be regenerated. And when you massage it back and forth, it wakes it up a little bit and it stimulates it and it sends that action all throughout the body. Now, the gallbladder, if you want to increase it, here I go again. And excuse what I have on. I have on my little dress, but your side of your leg here, if I don't fall. You take your hand and you go, you know how you've got this mark, right? You've got this muscle in the hamstring, right? So right here, you just go pop and you pop it all the way back on both sides. Now, also, this mark here is also your meridian for your large intestine. So if you have constipation, you want to go here and I mean push in and go all the way up, throw it off. If you have diarrhea, or excuse me, if diarrhea, go that way. If you have constipation, You want to go the other way on both sides. And then on the inside of your leg, you do the same thing. That's where the small intestine meridian is. We all wanted our calisthenics today. So from the small intestine, absorbed food course material passes through the large intestine per that ileocecal valve. And the large intestine food, of course, goes out through the Houston valve. And these are the mechanics of actual digestion. And if anything within that area is not flowing properly, we're going to have an issue. Successful digestion needs the colonies of those lovely bacteria to properly function. And each colony works where they are most useful and would be completely unable to fully digest the food. Final action, of course, is to eliminate the residue. The intestinal releases are triggered by a reflex causing the accumulation. So what comes out is as important as what goes in. I used to have a lady that would send me pictures daily of her bowel movements, say, "What is this?" "Well, what did you eat?" "Yeah, something you weren't supposed to." So remember, our diet plays such a huge role in the frequencies of our elimination. So the ideal scenario is to have a bowel movement within 20 to 30 minutes after every meal. Some people only have 2 bowel movements a week, and that's not good. So it's very important. Now, you'll hear me talk about hydration again and again and again and again. You'll get tired of hearing about it. But good hydration and healthy fats are really necessary for good bowel movements. The digestive system represents a complicated interaction between the organs, the gut microbiome, and the vagus nerve. Here we come back to that vagus nerve, to where you can put your middle finger in the hollows behind your ears, pop your legs or arms down, and just sit like this. Now, this will, even as we talked before, will help you calm everything in your body down. If I get too stressed, all I have to do, people just think I'm pouting. They can just keep thinking I'm pouting. I really don't care. It's relaxing. It's beautiful. There's so many cool things that you can do. So ideally, all these beautiful organs need to work together perfectly, but sometimes that doesn't happen. And then the digestive system doesn't function properly. When the digestion process does not function properly, your health imbalances do occur, and this is where disease sets in. And I know you'll hear me talk many times about the gut to brain connection through the enteric nervous system. And if it's not communicating, it's not going to function properly either. When we have so much EMF and so much stress from the outside world, everything can get discombobulated in your stomach. Who has ever had, let's say you get upset about something or whatever, you're worried and your gut goes crazy? I think this is pretty much the same for everybody, right? But have you ever had that deep down gut feeling that something just isn't right? That's that brain to gut connection. So make sure it's communicating. So what helped keep that microbiome or the brain to gut functioning? It's your microbiome. The health of the gut microbiome impacts cognitive function, and people are not aware that it does. But remember, all those nervous systems are all tied in together. There's just not one central nervous system. There's 4 or 5 that we work with. There are many ways to support your microbiome, and one of the ways is to eliminate Candida albicans. There are 6 types of Candida, and they all function differently, but they all are the same thing, and it's overgrowth or of the bad bacteria. So probiotics can help, yes. So does prebiotics, but you've got to make sure they're the right ones. Reducing stress. Yeah, what's that like, right? Reducing stress in today's day and age. It doesn't happen, does it? But we can kind of kick back, shut our electronics off, and do what makes us feel good. Balancing that autonomic nervous system, running your triple warmer meridian. So remember how I talked last time about coming from your index finger, coming up, going over the back of your wrist, and then coming up, coming to your shoulder, under your ear to the hollow, up and around to here. Now, if you run it backwards, you want to dump it and then come back. You just start at your index finger, run up, go across the back of your wrist, come up all the way, come to your hollow of your ear, and then come around, and you end at this meridian point, and you want to do that 3 times. Now, if we're working with the large intestine, now this one's a little different. You come also again from this finger here, you run it all the way up, but what it does, you run it back, and then you run it back all the way to your shoulder blade, run it here, you bring it up to your mouth, and you bring it back to your ear. So when you trace it backwards, you just do the opposite to take it out, and then bring it in 3 times. Now you do it on both sides. And making sure your adrenal glands are functioning properly. Our adrenal glands get so exhausted. We're in fight, flight, or freeze most of the time when such stress is upon us. So if your adrenal glands are not functioning well, ylang-ylang, Y-L-A-N-G, essential oil works very well. You want to muscle test for how many drops go in a 15 ml bottle. You want to put the drops in first, and then you want to put your carrier oil on top. You don't want to shake it like this. You want to rub it for those emollients are not broken down and stay perfectly the way they are. You can also use licorice root if you do not have a kidney issue. You can also use adrenal support from Nature Sunshine products. I say those because that's who I utilize, and I just know they're a good product. There's many adrenal support type herbs out there, supplementations, but you've got to make sure again that it's correct for your body, and you want to muscle test for how many, at what time of day, and every day it's gonna change. It's not gonna be the same. You can also utilize a liquid STRJ to help your body relax. So 20% of the vagus nerve fibers, these ones again that run from here and down. Another thing we can do, I know I throw a lot of these at you, you can rub your hands, put them here around your throat. That's where your thyroid is, right? Your vagus nerve here. So you want to put the palm of your hand in front of your ear and lay it all the way up above your temple. And you just want to do 3 really deep breaths. And you want to do it on both sides. And then after you do that, you want to shake it off, and you want to come back and just come here and balance all this coming down to your brain all the way down. Now, I know it looks silly, but hey, it works beautifully. When these signals, the gastric secretion, the digestive enzymes, and the blood glucose can all be misbalanced. Okay, let me go back here. Do I have permission from everybody to work on you? Yep. Okay, let me move that to that side. Beautiful. So I'm just gonna, if everybody just wants to take a deep breath, I'm gonna connect to your energy. Ooh, we got some energy flying. Okay, we are all connected. So I'm just going to go through these and see where we're good and see where we're not. Is everyone in the group's oral cavity happy? Yes. Is the pharynx? No. It's actually got an energy. And if I could hook this to this so y'all could see what I'm doing, I would, but I quite don't know how to do that because I am not good at this stuff with the computers. So the first thing that comes up is a post-hypnotic suggestion. The universe hates me. And when this is caught in our pharynx, when we talk, we can have a break in our voice box. You know, when you're talking and you go, whatever, you know what I mean? That can break. So let's just pull that out of them. And we're going to put in the universe loves me. The universe treats me well. The universe makes me speak my truth. The universe, beautiful place. Okay, it took that. Okay, that is happy. So our tongue chakra is not happy. And it's got an energy again. And it's a broadcast message. So if we had it written across our chest or speaking it out in a speaker, everybody can read it but us. I need to be rescued. And there is a hook of complete and utter terror. So we're going to break that hook. And we're going to remove that. It does not want to remove. Let's see why. Noradrenaline. So we're going to pull the noradrenaline out of it. Now will it release? Okay. Everybody take a deep breath, please, and blow it out. Okay, that balanced the tongue chakra. The esophagus is happy. The pancreas is not. Going straight to the endocum. Okay, the glucagon is not happy. Pancreatic polypeptides are not happy. The digestive juices are not happy. The bicarbonate is not happy. So if we're going further, let's take our hands and let's actually place your hand here, wrap it around your head, go from the back of your head and wrap it up and just do a few breaths. Let's get the hormones flowing back in there. Make sure you breathe it back out and then shake it off so you don't catch any on you. And there are several trapped emotions. So we're going to remove humiliation, jealousy, longing, lust, overwhelm, pride, shame, shock, unworthy, and worthlessness. And there's walls. He just stopped me. Walls of worthlessness. How many? 6 gazillion. Holy cow. So we're going to remove 6 gazillion walls of worthlessness. Now I want you to take a deep breath, and when you blow it out this time, shh, very hard as you can. Shh. And I want you to put in, I am worthy. I am beautiful. I am the divine's child. I am graced. I am loved. Okay, he took that. And that balanced the pancreas. There's more under there, but it's not going to let me have it because it's not safe. So the liver is not happy either. And the liver carries a lot of emotions. Okay, so the thrombopoietin insulin growth factor. Okay. And I can never say this word. Some of these words. It's angiotensinogen. ANGIOTENSINOGEN. It's another hormone. Okay, we got that one. That's not happy. So we've got anger, bitterness, guilt, hatred, resentment, depression, frustration, indecisiveness, panic, and taken for granted. Ooh, we have walls. 10 million walls of bitterness. Let's remove that 365/7 permanently. 30,000 walls of hatred. Remove this 365/7 permanently. 100,000 walls of depression. Let's remove this permanently. 365.7. Frustration. 6 million walls. Let's remove this. 365.7 permanently. Taken for granted. 30,000 walls. Let's remove this. Everybody take a deep breath and just take a drink. It just told me, take a drink, take a drink. Okay, that made the liver happy. The gallbladder's not happy. There's something corded into that puppy. It's a despair anchor. People want to hurt me. And there is a hook in there. Effort unreceived. So we're going to remove this effort unreceived out of someone wants to hurt me. It did not release. Toxic sound in our ears. Radio frequencies. It's Wi-Fi toxicity with, of course, lovely EMF toxicity. And since everything is moving slowly up to 10G, an Altera is not going to be good enough and strong enough for your home. So as soon as they get back with me with what devices they have come up with 10G, I will let you know as soon as I do, because 10G makes you have massive headaches. It can create havoc within your body, within your cells, your organs, your brain. It eats your brain tissue. There's just so much stuff that can happen from that. Okay, that did make that happy. Duodenum is happy. Common bile duct is not. I am afraid. So let's release that. Everybody take a breath and blow that out. The stomach's happy. The pancreatic duct is not. Post-hypnotic suggestion. I should be dead. We're going to, oh, there's walls of that. $90 gazillion walls of I should be dead. That's a lot of walls. Everybody take a breath, please, and blow that out. Shh. Again, through teeth. Shh. Okay. Ooh, that was heavy. I'm tingling. Okay, our ileum is not happy. And we're going back to post-hypnotic suggestions. I hate myself. Grief. So we're going to remove the grief out of I hate myself. Everybody take a breath and blow that out, please. Ooh, and that's not going. That's not going. Never mind. Just a minute. It's got an offensive energy in there. It's to control. It's a control mechanism. Okay. God and the Father, work in the lights. Please remove all 100,000 entities that are present, any hidden, any camouflaged, any genies that are present that are not showing. You are not of this world. You may not be here. Go to the light. Well, God will take hold of you. Saint Uriel, I pull you in to transform. all energies, they're fighting. Jesus, I ask you to cut all cords from this life, past life, parallel lives, and any future lives and give them to God. They are afraid. It is all right. The Lord does not judge. Go to heaven and let it be. Pass. Everybody, if you could clap your hands 3 times, please. Take a breath. Boy, they do not want to leave. They feel that their efforts, I'm sorry, I'm being talked to here. Their efforts are unreceived and they don't appreciate having to leave. I'm sorry, but you have to leave in the name divine. Leave now. Mother Mary, please put your hands on them and lift them up. Saint Michael, please heal. Saint Raphael, guard, both of you guard and heal. Okay. They did not want to leave. They're still giving me flack. Let's see why they're giving me flack. Oh. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be laughing, but they're in a physical, emotional state of shock because we found them out and they have to leave. So we're just going to let them leave. That's the first time that's happened, that they fought me like that. That's crazy. They're screaming in my ears. No. Ah, okay. Whew. Now I'm shaking. Okay, they're gone. They were stubborn. They're pretty, sometimes they can be, excuse what I'm going to say, sometimes they can be pretty hellacious. Okay, our colon is not happy. So we work with 3 different parts. We don't work as the colon as a whole, right? Because there's actually 3 parts. If you stretched out the small intestine, they said it'll be long as a football field. I don't know if I believe that, but there's a lot in there. I've seen them spilled out. So the transverse has a food toxin, and it's GMO food. And GMO foods actually consist of corn, soybean, canola oil, certain types, sugar beets, alfalfa, Hawaiian, papaya, zucchini, and yellow corn, yellow squash are actually considered GMOs, besides all the foods that we get at the market with GMO. And there's actually a hook. The hook is, I don't know if anybody ever thinks about this, but when food is brought into the country, what happens? They get x-rayed. So what happens? That radiation leaks into the food. So we're going to remove it. Out of the GMO, we're going to remove the GMO foods. Allow it to transfer, allow it to release. It's crazy, isn't it? Okay, so the transverse is happy, the ascending is not. It's going to go to the circulatory system. It's going to go to the abdominal vessels. And it's the descending aorta. They're back. Oh my goodness. And these are demons. Okay, I got it right. Sorry, everybody, just a minute. There's 100 present. What dimension is this? Yeah, 10th dimension. Is there a portal? Is there a vortex? That's good. $6,000 hiding. Okay. Lord God, Heavenly Father, we ask that you come in and you remove all demons from everyone. They are not of this world. I ask you to go to God on bended knee, Saint Uriel, transform, transmute them, allow them to go. All 100 that are present, all 6,000 that are hiding, you are not of this world. Jesus, I ask you to cut all cords to this life, past life, parallel lives, and any future lives. They went without a problem. Okay, everybody take a breath, blow that out. That's a good one. They went without no problem. Okay, but that doesn't make it happy. It actually does have a pathogen, and it is the fungus, and it is Candida albicans. It is in stage 2. When it is in stage 2, you only want to have 1 fruit a day, and you want it 2 hours away from your regular meal. Otherwise, it will create like a steel within your stomach, and you will get sick. And a lot of people don't realize that. If you notice, people eat big, heavy meals and then eat pie afterwards. Well, that fruit digests a lot quicker than that heavy load of food. So what did you just create inside your stomach? A big alcohol tank. So we're just going to release it, because there's not, unless you actually do something. And of course, it's enriched flowers. Now, there's so many different kinds of flowers out there that you can find one that works best for you and for your body. Okay, that did happen. The descending, we're not hydrated and we're not absorbing it. It's asking for neem. And I'm just going to put it in. Sometimes you can taste this and it doesn't taste good, but not everybody's body works well with neem. Okay. Still something hiding. Panic. So hook a cord generator. We're just going to remove it. Oh, nope, we're not. Okay, why not? Hysterical behavior due to dread, apprehensive about something that is coming in the future. So we're going to break these two apart and we're going to remove them. Everybody, please blow that out. Is everybody okay? Everybody okay? Okay. Now, at times when we're doing these type of work, and when you're working with the digestive system, fasting sometimes helps, but it depends on your health. And when you first start fasting, you don't want to fast any more than 12 to 14 hours. Don't want you to do it daily. That's not a good thing, but there's different ways you can do it. You can also do a small cleanse on the weekend if you're concerned. On Friday, you would do like very light foods that are not hard to break down. And then through the weekends, it would be juices, broths, soups, like that. And then Monday, it would be back again to just light food. And then you can eat normal again. That just gives your body a little boost. Now, if you want to do that, we can talk deeper into that, what's best for you to take. Now, are they all working together? Nah. We're not connected to our brain. Again, it's EMF toxicity. I think we're going to run into troubles, just my opinion, with going 10G. When they first went above this far in Japan, it actually, some of the transmitters, the cars near the transmitters, the plastic pieces actually melted. And they're putting that here for us to be sick from. Not a good thing. Okay, let me pull y'all back over here if I can get a hold of this again. There we go. We never know what's going on, do we? Oh, come on, let me pull you. Nope, it's not going to let me pull you. Doggone it, come on. I put you on one side of the screen. There we go. Okay. Maintaining your gut health is vitally important. And again, hydration, hydration, hydration with quality water. Everybody asks, what type of hydration do we mean? Well, I don't mean a lot of tea, a lot of soda, stuff like that. Water, quality water. Our body is made up of about 80% of water. Women are a little less than men, but we still are made up of water. It is so vitally important to do this, and so many people would rather not than do. And if you drink coffee, drink it black. Don't drink it with all that stuff in there. Keep a healthy, well-balanced diet. And this is really hard to do with today's age. But because your body is so important for supporting your gut microbiome. Now, utilization of the blood type nutritional guide, you can go online and get that nutritional guide. It will tell you what you eat, what to avoid, what is actually beneficial for your body, and what not to eat at all. So make sure, I mean, you can, there's also a book called The Food Codes by Lana Nelson, but if you follow the blood type nutritional guide, it will get you right where you need to be. Sometimes it's not fun because some of your favorite foods are the ones you're not supposed to have. So you will be able to choose the correct food for your nutrition. Fortunately, we like all the stuff that's not good for us. Also, our ancestry will also impact the foods that will be best for you as to whatever your ancestors ate and survived on for thousands of years. Remember, that all plays a part because it's basically unchanged and you are genetically attuned to need and metabolize these foods. Diets vary, of course, from person to person and day to day. And it will also depend on your nutritional needs with the more activities that you have. So if you have a heavy day where it's work, 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 make sure you're giving yourself little food breaks to keep your body going. Don't expect your body to go on empty until nighttime and eat just that one meal a day, because then your body's going, and it all shoots down there, and then all that nutrition goes into your adipose tissue because your body's afraid that it's not going to get food. So it stores it, and then that's where you get the little pear shape from. Does that make sense? It's a little different how our bodies work. In conclusion, we need to properly support our microbiome. Again, the prebiotic and probiotics foods. Sauerkraut is a very good prebiotic, but a lot of people don't like sauerkraut. Kimchi is another good one. Okay, there's so many excellent sources out there. And also garlic, onions, bananas, oats, apples, and yogurt at nighttime. I used to always eat yogurt when I got up and my stomach went crazy. Well, yogurt actually makes your body inflamed. So you want to eat it at night when your body is ready for it, and will help your food digest. At noontime, lunchtime is when you need to be eating nuts, whatever nuts are accumulated for your body and for your blood type. And I know a lot of people don't like nuts either, but they're really good for you if they're for your blood type. Not everyone is good. Peanuts have a lot of oil. So what's that going to do? Might as well cut your vein and pour it in, right? If in doubt, always muscle test your food before you consume it. Does everybody know how to muscle test? Beautiful. Yay. Test your food before consuming to make sure it is the highest quality for your body. And if you feel the urge that you just need something, go wash it off, pull it out of the ground, wash it off, and stuff it in your mouth. It's excellent for you. Your subconscious will know absolutely immediately if this food is healthy for you and the homeostasis of your body. So many times we think certain foods are good for us and we think we're doing a really great job. except it's not for our blood type. And then we really run into problems. So learning these little techniques, and there are thousands and thousands and thousands of little techniques we can learn to utilize the energy of your wonderfully designed body, because it is wonderfully and uniquely designed for each individual. And if you notice, when you're married, y'all kind of draw it all together, and it just makes it that much stronger. So pay attention to your diet. If you stumble or you have a problem, don't hesitate to reach out. That's what I'm here for. Okay, don't ever hesitate. Does anybody have any questions? I threw a lot at you in an hour. No questions? That's freaking awesome. Okay, thank you. I'm going to drop my slideshow. Yay, there we go. No questions. Got it. I love that. Not often do we always have that.
Would you like me to show them the chart?
Oh, I can. I have some up here.
I've got it right here.
Oh, sorry, Dave's talking to me. Whoops, and I just knocked everything down. Now I have these big, huge blood charts from, I've had them for a long time. And on the back of these puppies, this is the front. And I know y'all can't see it really well. And of course, they print it so bloody small that you have to have your bifocals on or a magnifying glass to see it if you're like me. So it tells you why is the blood. It tells you the characteristics of your blood type. And then it tells you the strengths, the weaknesses, the risks, the exercise, your diet profile, major avoids. Like this is for vitamin B blood. It strengthens strong immune system, versatile with dietary changes, and balanced nervous system. The weaknesses, vulnerability to viruses, autoimmune disorders, strong reactions to foods, tendency towards memory loss, and exotic immune disorders. The risks are chronic fatigue, lupus, MS, type 1, hyperinsulinemia, depression, hypothyroidism, chronic viral, high blood pressure. If anybody has high blood pressure, there's another little tip. I got lots of tips. On the inside of our arms, every morning, pat these on both sides for about 2 minutes, because this is right to your heart. If you have high blood pressure, take your hand right here. Here's your elbow right here. Pop that puppy, and it will begin to lower your blood pressure. I know it sounds really silly, but Lord have mercy, it does work. Mine are actually sore again today. All kinds of tips. Leaky gut, obesity, hypoglycemia, severe influenza, E. coli, UTI, staph, sinus, and Alzheimer's. Exercise, moderate physical exercise with mental balance, like biking, cycling, tennis, and swimming. The diet profile is fish, turkey, dairy, potatoes, low glycemic vegetables, pineapple, papaya, wild game, and greens. Major avoids: corn, chicken, tomatoes, peanuts, shellfish, sesame seeds, wheat, and lentils. And then it actually grants you, it gives you maintenance supplements. So B6, B complex, bifidophilus, blackcurrant oil, lecithin, licorice root, magnesium. Magnesium is very important for our body. Pantothenic acid, stress relief, ultimate greens, vitamin C, and zinc. With zinc, you have to be careful because zinc will make your mouth raw, literally. So be very careful. And then it gives specific herbal remedies if you've got an imbalance, like astragalus, chromium, cordyceps, cranberry, elderberry, focus attention, ginkgo, avocado, corian ginseng, SAMe, melatonin. But do not take melatonin. Melatonin is just yeah, it's not good to take. So I won't get started on there because I have a big spiel about that. if you have trouble sleeping, let's work on it. Let's not take something that really doesn't work that could also cause you additional problems. There's a tea you can drink at night. There's SAMe, Siberian ginseng, but with Siberian ginseng, all ginsengs, be very careful if you have high blood pressure, sugar regulator, urinary maintenance, and wild yam. Each one of these just are different and very beautiful. I got them from the Tree of Light Institute. Unfortunately, Doc is not there anymore and he passed away and they closed it. So now we have to go online. But I did check. These are, holy cow. Look the other day. These were made back in 2001, but they haven't changed. It's still the same, even on the new ones that they have out on the internet today. So if you want to look these up for your blood type, you may be very surprised at what you find. And don't go, a lot of people, when they go on things to make themselves better and create better health, they stop everything completely and just go for this. But you know what? That's not going to work because you're going to miss those things and it's going to pull you back to them. Mary knows. So do it slowly, remove things slowly, and then give yourself, sometimes you can give yourself 6 months and add something back and see how your digestive works with it. Does that make sense? Okay. There's so
Cynthia,
much. Sure, go ahead.
what were those called again? Just blood type.
Their
map?
blood type nutrition. These here are called blood type pH and nutritional guide. And I don't have my phone up here.
That helps. Thank you.
When we went online, I just looked up let me tap here. Nutrition for body's help for blood type. And then it'll bring them up. And it's really remarkable to follow these. And we were a little shocked. My husband and I are both blood type A and we're big red meat eaters. Well, that went right out the door. That really, excuse what I'm going to say, but that sucked. I like my steak. So I'm still going to have a steak once a week. I'm sorry. I want my steak. But we added more fish, more vegetarian meals, and believe it or not, you can actually tell a difference. We're not as foggy-headed in the morning. We're not as bloated. We have more energy. When you start adding food that you're not used to eating, your body can feel sluggish. It can feel tired because it's trying to process. But again, increase your metabolism with those few little tricks, and it will increase your health. Does that make sense? Okay, remember, you can do it on your little ones too, and they'd probably enjoy it. You can add your daily energy routine in with them and do them before you go, or run your meridians before you go, or run them at night. It's so important that you do just these little tiny energy techniques for your body, because it's amazing what happens. Okay, if there's no questions, if we can just bow our head and let's just give a little grace to the man upstairs. Heavenly Father, we so kindly thank you for bringing us all together tonight. We bless you for the food that we have to eat, the water we have to drink, the beauty in which we live, and the love within our hearts and souls. We bless you for each soul present tonight. And we thank you for guiding us to be together. And in your holy name, Lord, we bless you as we bless each soul. In his holy name, amen. Thank you.